The first time Hume had tasted human cuisine, it was aboard the diplomatic cruiser Harmonic Accord. He was a veteran diplomat from the Orion Consortium, a race of photosynthetic beings who subsided on nutrient pastes and algae cakes. Food, to the Orions, was functional, a measured combination of amino acids, minerals, and vitamins, designed to sustain their biology with perfect efficiency. Taste was an evolutionary afterthought. But humans treated food as if it were an art form, a form of sorcery. The dish before him was called Beef Wellington. It came encased in a golden, flaky shell that glistened under the dining hall's lights. Beside it sat a sauce, dark as the void, glossy with promise. The aroma hit Hume first, a rich cascade of umami tempered by herbs whose molecular profiles he couldn't immediately identify. "This is one of our classics," said the human chef, a stout man with a voice like rolling thunder. He was watching Hume with keen eyes, as if this moment held the weight of 1,000 diplomatic treaties. Hume's primary appendage quivered as he cut into the dish. The blade glided through layers of pastry, mushroom duxelles, and tender meat until it reached the plate. He lifted a bite to his mouth. His neural pathways lit up with an intensity he hadn't felt since first learning the songs of the Orion elders. The crust shattered between his mandibles, giving way to the buttery smoothness of the mushrooms and the impossibly tender beef. Flavors layered over each other in a harmony that defied logic, the savory richness balanced by the tang of the sauce, the herbs weaving a fragrant tapestry. "By the stars," he muttered. It was as if he had tasted joy incarnate. The human chef grinned. "No, wait till you try dessert." Across the galaxy, humans had become notorious for their reckless audacity, their peculiar ways of turning the mundane into the extraordinary. Where most species approached food as a matter of survival, humans viewed it as an experience, a way to connect, to celebrate, to mourn. They crafted meals that told stories, invoked emotions, and pushed the boundaries of what their own biology could handle. Hume had heard tales of their culinary excesses before. The turducken, a nesting doll of 3 different avian species, roasted together in a feat of absurd engineering. The pâté en croûte, a dish so intricate it resembled the stained glass windows of an ancient cathedral. He had read reports of their omakase, where every bite of raw fish was a meditation on the ocean itself. And then there was the baked Alaska, a frozen dessert enrobed in fire, defying the laws of thermodynamics. The Orion Consortium's dietitians had dismissed human cuisine as impractical, hedonistic, even dangerous. They pointed to recipes like the fugu sashimi, prepared from a venomous aquatic creature that required surgical precision to avoid fatal consequences. "It's madness," they had declared. "A species obsessed with turning sustenance into a gamble." Yet here he was, understanding for the first time why. By the end of the feast, Hume was convinced humans had elevated food beyond mere biology. They were alchemists of taste, transforming the base elements of the galaxy into something transcendent. And in doing so, they had unlocked a power no other species had dared to explore. The ability to create not just sustenance, but wonder. When the diplomatic talks resumed the next day, Hume began his address with a gesture unfamiliar to his kind. He raised a toast, a glass of human-made wine shimmering like liquid ruby. "To humanity," he said, his voice vibrant with sincerity, "for reminding us that even in the vastness of the stars, there is magic to be found in the simplest of things."